minutes, then let's start. Let's pray. Father in heaven, Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for how you have sustained us thus far. Thank you for bringing us into this space, Lord, with your provisions, internet provisions, and good weather. Father, as we in our daily learning, may be with us for our sins and please bless us with retentive minds, Lord, retentive minds, and may be able to ask today's and all in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, good morning. So last meeting we have discussed the introduction to hydrocarbon derivatives. And the topic we have enumerated what are the derivatives and one of the first as we have is identify the functional group, and classified broadly alcohols into those that contain only one hydroxyl group and those that contain more than one hydroxyl group. In detail, we have discussed and have given examples of the different kinds of monohydroxyl alcohol, which are classified into three, particularly primary, secondary, and tertiary. So for today, of hydroxyl group present in the molecule. So if there are two hydrogen group or hydroxyl group or OH groups, so you use di, and when you have three hydroxyl groups, you use tri, and the that we've given last Friday, the ending of the name for our alcohol is either alcohol itself, the word itself, or we append the suffix ol after the prefix di or tri. Also, we need to recall the rules on assigning locant. It still applies. So you count the number, or you number the carbon atoms either from left to right or from right to left, depending on where the OH group is nearest. So the same rules apply. So let us discuss an example. This is alcohol, meaning it contains two. Dihydroxy alcohols are also called your glycols. So here, on step one, applying all the rules that we have learned thus far. So here, the parent chain carbon atoms. So the parent chain is an ethane. And since there are only two carbons, we can number them either from left to right, 1, 2, or 1, 2. So parehas lang. And since there are only two carbons, again, we can either number them from left to right or right to left. And since there are two hydroxyl or OH present, one on each carbon, so we are going to use the prefix di. And the syntax now is your first, you write the locant of your hydroxyl group, and then you write the parent chain, then write the prefix, not to denote how Here, our OH here is attached to carbon number 1. And on the right, our OH group here is attached to carbon number 2. No? So their locants are now 1, 2, at 2 carbon. Alkane is an ethane. So ethane. There are 2 OH groups, so you have di. And to denote that it is an alcohol, so we append the suffix all. No? All in all, the name of this second example, secondly from our previous example. No? So the name of this atom, or molecule rather, is 1,2-ethane diol. So very basic. No? So nag-agi na ako sa mga multiple double bonds, so chicken na lang na sa inyong alcohol. No? So please try A and B and write or type your answers in the chat box. 2 minutes. You write your answer A, amo ni ngalan, B, amo ni ngalan. Kanan. Okay, albo, 1, 2, 3, propane diol, 2, 3, hexane diol. Garalda, 1, 2, 3, ethane triol, 2, 3, hexane diol. Chua, tatlo ni mo ya, ano ni tsakto dire? 1, 2, 3, aparehos lang. 1, 2, 3, propane diol, and you have 2, 3, hexane diol. Who else? I'll stop with Hagulinda. So 1, 2, 3, propane triol, and 2, 3, hexane diol. Sige, anseranta. Okay? So, pila ni siya? Our parent chain is tatlo. So, you have propane, no? Propane. And all of our carbons, no, are attached to 1 hydroxyl atom each, no? So, imagine nyo na lang may linya na di siya may bond na di ko kay kabudlay magsulat sang bond, no? So either we can number our carbon atoms either from left to right or from right to left. Amo man siya gyapon. So our locants are obviously 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. And this is a propane. So 1, 2, 3 propane. tatlo, ano nga to, yung nga prefix, it's tri, and then all. So, sino naka-correct? So, the answer is 1, 2, 3, propane, triol, no? Ginliwat pa ni, yung sabat, ni Charlene, kundi nagsala. So, ayan ni, Chatrin is correct, no? Hagolinda, 1, 2, 3, propane, triol. Okay? Wa? Kata lang sa di kag sa try how, no? So, si Richie, ethane gyapon. So, tatlo ka carbon is propane. Propane. Kay albo, 1, 2, 3, nakulangan. Isa ka OH, kay nag-diol lang. Pero tsakto ang locant, no? Tsakto ang locant ka 1, 2, 3, ti tatlo ka bilog. So, dapat try all. So, ang aton nga correct, si Agulinda, kagang first try ni Charlene, no? Isla niya nagsala. Okay, how about the second item here, no? So our second item has how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a hexane, no? Clearly, we shall count from left to right, kaya rin dislapit ang aton nga hydroxyl group. So if we count from left to right, our hydroxyls are connected to carbons number 2 and number 3. So it's a diol, and we have a hexane. And the hydroxyls are connected to carbons 2 and 3, so therefore the name is 2,3-hexane diol. O, tanan correct ang sabat. Okay, thank you for those who answered. Okay, let's go to the types of alcohols and their general uses. So they are classified broadly into 4 lang, no? Nga pinakasikat, kag pinaka-useful na types of alcohols, no? We have your methanol, ethanol, isopropanol, and you have your butanol, no? So, in other nomenclature, we call our methanol as methyl alcohol, our ethanol as ethyl alcohol, and then you have your number 3, sikat kayo, no? Especially during the pandemic, you have isopropyl alcohol or our alcohol, and you have your butanol, which is a component also of your cooking or camping stove, no? Aside from butane, so may alcoholic component man siya. So what is methanol? So methanol is used in industrial applications but highly toxic when ingested. Anong butang balon sa ni? So wala ni siya ginainom nga alcohol, no? So damo dala edible nga alcohol, but methanol is not one of them, no? So ano ni siya, highly toxic. So ma-kill kasi na kung mag-inom ka sa methanol. So din ginagamit ang methanol, no? Kay hambal diri, it is used in industrial application. So ginagamit ang methanol in the manufacture of adhesive, ano ganing adhesive, mga glue, no? So ginagamit na siya, magamit sang glue. Kita mo na kung mag-abri ka mo sang glue, o may masimutan ka mo dayon nga daw alcoholic, no? Because part of it are methanol, no? And also, din parehas baho ang glue. Hindi na parehas baho ang glue sa pinta, no? Because methanol is also a component of the manufacture of glue, of paints, no? Ginagamit man siya sa mag-manufacture sang pinta. Where else? Nagamit man siya as solvent, solvent in ink, no? Solvent in ink. Walang tawan niyo bla ang marker, ang marker pagka-brin nyo ng baho ya, may kasungaw dayon, so it's methanol that you can smell, no, from your markers. And in some dyes or lugum, no, some dyes and lugum, the solvent used there is para magpilit, no, para magpilit ang dye, methanol is used. And hindi guro diri sa Pilipinas, no? But they are used as fuels in cars, in trucks, in marine vessels. Magsiligitagan ng marine vessels sa mga barko, no? So boilers and cook stove. Okay, how about ethanol? No? So ethanol, ang iyang chemical formula, it is the primary alcohol in alcoholic beverages. No? So particularly beer. No? So kay ang aton nga beer, it is a product of fermentation of sugars or carbohydrates. No? So natural source niyang ethanol. No? Pwede na siya sa mga laya nga dahon, munang ginahimod sa biofuel na blako. No? Uh, or ang molasses sa central gakadto sa Roxol, no? It undergoes fermentation, no? Ang product sinaamo na ethanol. So that's why no, ang ethanol is edible, no? Pwede siya iimnon because organic ang iyang source, no? Organic ang iyang source. So we'll talk more about ethanol later, no, in the class. So next is your isopropanol or your isopropyl alcohol. It says here, it is used as a disinfectant and solvent. Kaya na-mention ko kanina, isa ni siya, mo ni siya ang main component sa aton nga rabing alcohol. So it is a very strong disinfectant, so it can kill bacteria. And ang allowable lang kaya sa aton nga skin nga hindi man mag-irritar is 70%. But in the lab, no, we use as high as 95% na alcohol. And lastly, we have your butanol, no, which is found in fuels, no, industrial applications, and chemical processes. Ng butang balon. So just like our methanol, no? So ginagamit man na siya ang butanol in the production of paint, no? In the production of paint. So it is also used as a base for perfume, no? Kay may distinct siyang baho. Kag sa mga ano ba na, mga cologne, no? Ang cologne naton has alcohol component, no? Ina-mix na siya. Kaya ang mga cologne, ang mga scents, usually they come in oil form, no? Ang oil na iya, pagasto na kay hamot-hamot na ng isa lang katulo, no? So ginagamitan siya solvent, no? Para magdamo siya. Para magdamo siya. Kag mas easy siya i-apply kay ang ang alcohol pwede ma-atomize, no? Pwede ma-atomize using your spray na black, no? So again, it is a solvent usually used in perfume. Okay, ang perfume is a mixture of alcohol and your essential or aromatic oils. So in terms of industrial application, amo na to kanina, no, in the production of paint, no, and in production of perfumes. So why do we study alcohol, no? Actually, ang ginatumbok naman na sa alcohol there is the use of ethanol, no? Because alcohol and crime are closely related, no? And alcohol consumption has been recorded and has been reported to be linked to impaired judgment, no, aggression, and violent crimes, no? Also, the studies suggest alcohol-related offense that include domestic violence, death under the influence, and disorderly conduct. No? So these are tawag na ng self-explanatory, di ba la? Kung hubog anong demeanor sang hubog how, no? O impaired judgment, no? Hindi na sa ka-distinguish anong tsakto kisa, no? Aggression, makainom gani, isog-isog na. no? Isog-isog na, gapanghangkat na away. May ari yung agresyon niya, ba lang, gahod, no? Gahod, kadamo lang sa iya nabalaan, no? But others nga, physical yung ilang manifestations ng ilang kahubog, no? So daw, isog-isog lang siya, imbis na magsagit-sagit lang sa, pangita na siya away, no? So in our local parlance, tawag sa ila ni mga maoy, no? Mga maoy. May naman ng domestic violence, so hubog, di ba la? Damo ka dramahan, kung hubog. Kung di mahatag dayon ng gusto, daw batagamay o mang sakit na sa dayon. Kung hindi makainom, kung addicted na gid, no? Kung hindi makainom, gakurog-kurog, gapangakig, no? Okay. Next terminology na nagwa sa inyo quiz, no, last time. So what do we analyze, no, to for law enforcers to conclude nga ang ilang nga gin-apprehend na nga tao, no, nga say for example involved in vehicular accident is hubog manggid or intoxicated, no? So law enforcement sa iban nga lugar, no, uses breathalyzers, no? So, I don't know di ako anong local ginagamit sa local police but according to your seniors, no, who were able to participate in tawag na in traffic management, ginapalakat lang ko no sa tawag na sa straight line. So kung mag-deviate siya from the straight line, butang balon kubog na siya. So law enforcement uses breathalyzers and blood tests to assess impairment. So the blood alcohol content limits are established to regulate legal driving thresholds. Butang balon legal driving thresholds, pwede nga nakainom ka, pero pagsampa mo sa breathalyzer, dapat for 0.8% lang ang imong blood alcohol content. So this applies in many jurisdictions. Nung magsaling ka nga jurisdiction, so kundi na siya nga country. So next, we have the regulation and legal framework. So there are laws governing alcohol-related crimes, no? Intoxication limits and penalties. Ano nang ang laws na diri sa aton? Diba, permigin na sulit-sulit na nga don't drink and drive, no? Don't drink and drive. So kung nag-inom, nala ka na matulog sa ginimnan mo, no? Gaya ka na padayaw ka mag-drive ka pa puli, no? So na-recall ko dayon to ang salaman ka batchmate nga after reunion, ba hindi kit magpadulong puli kay kabalo sa kuno magpuli iya. Nagbike pa siya. Pinagyan sa salakyan sa classmate namon nala sa sadalan gigda, no, natumba na sa bike yan. Wala siya ang impaired judgment, no. Feeling mo kaya mo pa, pero ang imo yung motor or imo nga bodily movements hindi niya, no, impaired na sang alcohol, no, in your bloodstream, no? O nga gina-regulate ang alcohol intake, no, because it has been proven, no, it has been proven that alcohol is instrumental in drug facilitated crimes, no. So alcohol consumption per se is not prohibited, no. Hindi na siya mala in se or sin na gid siya or abhorrent na gid siya nga hilimuon, no, because our bodies also need alcohol, no. So alcohol intoxication is more of a mala prohibita, no. It becomes only tawag na a crime, no, crime gid bala, no, because it is prohibited by law, no, prohibited by law. So kanya nga siya gid prohibit sang law because it has been proven that it has a role in, again here, drug facilitated crimes. Ano ni sila? So, date rape, no? Siyempre, no? Na manadang imo nga pinsar kung ano-ano na nag-play da nga thought sa imo nga mind kay hindi ka nakarason, hindi na mabadiktahan sa brain mo. Hoy, ang imo da mga lascivious thoughts da ipunggi-punggi, hindi na naka-rationalize ang imo nga brain. Kaya clouded na siya sa alcohol, no? So, date rape cases. Ano pa gid? Vehicular accidents. Napadayaw gani, no? Nakakliwat. Atong bago ko nga, ano lang, nga example sa akong batchmate, no? Or sa sadalan, kay natumba sa kay feeling niya, kaya ya pang iya gininom. Then, ang worst case scenario, drug intoxication death. So, imo yung feeling mo yaya, kaya mo pa, pero ang body mo hindi niya kaya. So, it will give you signals man. Pero galing impaired ng mga judgment, hindi mo ma-process ang signal nga ang body mo. Hindi na kaya ang alcohol. No? So, the next sentence is just a reiteration of ginambal ko kanina. No? How blood alcohol intoxication is measured. So, ideally, using analyzer. No? Pero sa aton, lakat-lakat lang sa straight line. No? So, how do our body react? No? React to alcohol. No? Paano kita, in short, mahubog? No? Paano mahubog ang tao? No? So, these two conquers. No? Una-una, gid, how much you drink, how much or the amount consumed. And ang ikadua is the speed of drinking. So, dalitaan na sa speed of drinking. So, speed of drinking can be tiksim-tiksim ka lang sa isa ka oras, no, tunga lang ka botilyang naubos mo pa, no. Duwa mo ka oras maubos ang isa ka botilya. Siyempre hindi ka gid na mahubog, no, kay in the middle of the first hour maihi mo na nang imo nga gininom nga alcohol, no? So, kung ikaw naman gintoros mo ang isa ka botilya in just 1 minute, no, wala ka ginawa, yung toros mo lang na, ati, dasig man nga magsulod sa imo nga brain ang alcohol, no? Especially if you're drinking on an empty stomach, ati, absorb to tanan ni tinai mo ang tanan nga alcohol. Kaya wala man unod ang imo tiyan, di ba? Okay, let's go to the first factor, no, the amount consumed, no, the amount consumed. So here, the first bullet, after drinking 60 grams of ethanol, people become talkative and feel less inhibited. So ang 16 grams ni nga alcohol, no, sa ako na research, i-research na sa kung anong equivalent sa rum or sa gin, no, but ako niya gin-look up is ethanol component of beers. No? So, 16 grams ngayon, it corresponds to 1 bottle of beer. Di ba lang isa ka beer, mga 330 ml na siya. So, the 330 ml of beer contains 16 grams of ethanol. So, skip dali lang, dali sa ikadua. So, cognitive and psychomotor functions are impaired. So, magsiling ka cognitive, it's the way you think, no? It's the way you process information. It's the way you rationalize. Amo na siya ang cognitive function. So, feeling mo insakto yung magnapanghambal, pero actually hindi na, no? Magsiling ka naman yung psychomotor functions. This refers to your bodily movements, no? Bodily movements. So, ano mga bodily movements mo? Galaay-laay ka na da, or ang imo mata, huloy-huloy na, no? Ang imo nga hambal, slow motion na, no? Maglakat ka, ikis-ikis na, ang imo botilya, gakaboyan mo na, kay wala ka na grip. So, those are examples of psychomotor functions. Going back to the first bullet, people become more talkative and feel less inhibited. So there are two opposite reactions to alcohol depending sa tao, depende sa tao. So there are those that after drinking one bottle of beer becomes more active, more active. So kay kis akin na lang taman alcohol sa aton nga body, it's a cleansing, pero gamay lang ang alcohol. Muna gani nga ang wine, is recommended. Kaya napalabnaw yung dugo mo, napalabnaw yung dugo. So kung may high blood ka, so it has a function of thickening of ano gani na ginapalabnaw yung blood. Nalipat mo. Ginapalabnaw yung blood. So kay ko na napuyot yung mong blood, that causes high blood pressure. So there are those naman niya nga opposite nga ang effect sang alcohol sa ila is natuyo sila, galuya sila. So two-way. So kung ikaw gainom, you have to determine which of the two are you, But generally, kung isa lang ka botilya, you become more active, more active, talkative, Kung on ordinary days nga wala ka kainom or alas kilid-kilid, diri ka bida-bida ka na di, And you feel less inhibited. Wala ka na nahuya-huya. So next, the bullet, cognitive and psychomotor functions are impaired as your blood alcohol content reaches 80 milligrams and at 150 milligrams. So, matambalan sang 80 to 150, this now refer to imbibition of dua or tatlo ka botelya na sang beer. So, ano nang signs and symptoms of intoxication? Dili na da siya onan, the slow motion ng speech, ng hindi na naintindihan, yan ambal, gamamo na siya, Lack of coordination, so pwede nga buyan-buyan yan ang iya nga baso, Confusion, na pang misfriendship na siya, So the feeling yan mag-istorya si mo the best friends na kamo, Pero mo niya ang malain, Gamaoy na, combativeness, When you say combativeness, maoy na ni siya. Maoy in terms of speech, nga panghangkat na siya away, or kakita sa kontra kag mag-physical gid siya nga sumbagahan niya, combativeness. Lastly, on reaching BACs of 300 to 400 milligrams, ang 300 to 400 milligrams, this refer to 6 to 8 bottles of beer na. So most people kung are incapacitated, wala na, hindi ba puslan na, gigda ng aslamisa, guro, or unconscious. Ang delikado, kung nalipong na siya, kag naghinay ng iyang pangginawa, that person is now at risk of death from paralysis of respiratory centers in the brainstem. So kung hinay ng imong breathing, butang balon ang supply sa oxygen sa imong cells in your body is kulang man, So kung kulang na mo na ang simple illustration, mag-jogging ka, Ang mga nga kisa gapamaol kita, Kaya kulang nga to ng oxygen kung hindi insakto mo breathing, mag-jogging ka. So mo na nga may mabatsagan ka nga cramps, Because kulang ang supply sang oxygen to sa imo nga body cells. So mo man na siya diri Ang effect ni alcohol, slow and shallow breathing. Ang slow and shallow breathing will not suffice to supply your body cells with the optimum oxygen, And that can lead to death, Ang pinakalala ginaga. Kung hindi man siya mapatay sa nada, nagtinikil to sa drive sa suot sa muli sang tracking, patay man sa gyapon. So, that ends our lecture for today. But I will send a new lesson. Try to read on it, Our next topic will be aldehydes, no? Kaya related sila na aldehydes and carboxylic acids. So read on them because we will have another quiz coming on on Friday. No? Mga 20 items naman. Okay, any question? Question? Kaya napakamuda. Okay, so let's call it a day. Kay makadto ako sa college. No? I will be at the library. Damo, patuulog bra. Wala na question? Okay, I will end this meeting now.